Hello, parents. You may have noticed that starting this week in week 3 on your weekly pacing guide, next to ELA, there is listed Smarty Ants for 20 minutes. And you see that listed during the week 3 different times. And you may have thought to yourself, what is Smarty Ants? Now, before you get all upset that there's one more thing to add to your very long list of things to do for the week, as a fellow parent myself, I'm here to tell you that Smarty Ants is going to make your week a lot easier. Smarty Ants is a reading app that will help your kiddos become better readers and also give you some extra time to yourself. You can relax, watch some TV. Maybe you have some work of your own that you need to get done. Maybe you have some chores that have been sitting there waiting to get finished. Or maybe you have other children that you need to help. Smarty Ants is going to help you do that. So when you open up your modules and under ELA, you'll notice that Smarty Ants isn't listed because you can't get to Smarty Ants through Canvas. You have to go to your My Passcode Connect dashboard. What? Okay, let me show you what I mean. Before I do that, I need to tell you, if you're using an iPad, especially if you got one from the school, you need to either use the App Store for your own personal device or self-service from a school device and download 3 different apps. You're going to need to download Smarty Ants Pre-K and 1, Smarty Ants 2nd grade, and ClassLink. You need to make sure those are on your iPad in order for Smarty Ants to work. I would also recommend headphones for your kiddos. That's more for your sanity than anything else. But if you don't have them, it's not necessary. It is necessary, though, that the microphone is turned on whatever device you're using because your student is going to have to record themselves in order to progress through the games. Now, if your microphone is not working or your device doesn't have that capability, we can turn that function off for you, but we have to do it on our end, so you'd have to contact Ms. Greco or myself, Mrs. Harris, for us to do that. Let's take a look at the app and what it looks like once you have all of this ready to go. So you'll notice on your dashboard of your My Passcode Connect, you should have an app, Smarty Ants here. Remember, they only work if you have those other apps downloaded onto your app. I'm on a desktop, so that's here for me. When you click on it, it's going to open up and show you a little ant character with your child's name. And I'm using my son's account. So you'll see there's a little ant with his name, and you're going to push Start Game. Now, my son has played this before, so when I push start, it's going to look a little different than what you're going to see. Your child is going to see a little ant character by a swimming pool and a diving board, and it's giving your child an assessment. It is super important that you do not help them at all with this activity because the game places your child where they need to be in their road for learning. So if your child is working on learning letter sounds, then the game will set it to letter sounds. If your child is learning how to read sight words, it'll set the game starting with sight words. And if your kid is a established reader, it will set the game to reading stories and recording themselves reading stories so they can work on their fluency and comprehension. So make sure, parents, that you are not helping during this initial assessment. Okay? Then, every time your child logs into the game, it will pick up where they left off. And it starts with a little game board like this, where they can jump from different activities.
Hey, Smarty Ant! I need your help down here!
And I'm going to pause it there. They get to pick out their own little pet, and as they progress through the game, they earn different coins and things that they can spend on outfits to change their ant, or to add different fun things for their pet. So that is Smarty Ants. Like I said, if it is going to change your life because it is independent. The hard part is making sure that you have all the right apps and the capability to run this game. But once you've got that happening, this is 20 minutes 3 times a week that you will have all to yourself. If you have any problems, please contact Miss Greco or myself, Mrs. Harris, and we'll be happy to help you to make sure that this app is working for your kiddo so they can become a better reader and so you can have a little time to yourself.